Whenever a major disaster happens, people usually immediately check two books. The first one is, of course, the Bible. It has provided comfort and guidance to many, while many others read the Bible to see if the disasters were predicted in Bible codes. Many people also check Nostradamus' prophecies because it seems that he has never been absent from any such problems. Nostradamus wrote 942 quatrains. If I want to, I can pin anything to a quatrain and I will sound as believable as the History Channel's 2016 election interpretations. Just hours ago, a plane carrying the famous pop star turned cleric Junaid Jamshed died with the other 47 people when the plane crashed in Pakistan. His life and death seem to be depicted in this Century 8, number 53. Quote, "Within Bologna he will want to wash away his misdeeds. He cannot at the temple of the sun. He will fly away, doing very great things. In the hierarchy, he had never an equal." So you see, once a popular pop star, Junaid must have had misdeeds that he chose to devote his life as a cleric. Doesn't that prove how he washed away his misdeeds so he can be at the temple of the sun? And he flew away from this world as he perished from the plane crash. Obviously, there won't be anyone like him again. I did it with the intention to prove that I can find a quatrain for any event if I look hard enough. But the accuracy of this quatrain on Junaid Jamshed's life made me think if the quatrain was really about him. Doesn't Junaid Jamshed look just like Nostradamus? Even the hat and the beard. Since Nostradamus predicted his death, maybe there's a connection between Nostradamus and Junaid, right? One reason that Nostradamus' quatrains are open to different interpretations is its lack of time sequence. Unlike the famous Chinese prophecy Tui Bei Tu from the 7th century, Hua Tiangang made the prediction based on I Ching. It correctly predicted all major wars and dynasty changes in China for the past 1300 years in just 38 quatrains. To make it easier to understand, each quatrain came with a picture. Like number 39 is about Japan's 1931 invasion of China. Number 40 is about 1949 Chinese Civil War. Number 41 show the forming of Red China. Number 42 is about the Taiwanese government. Once you decode a quatrain, you know what's coming next. Tui Bei Tu is simple and straightforward. Let me show you the number 2, which is about the Tang dynasty. It shows a plate with 21 fruits on the top, with a poem saying, "Do you know how many plums there are? One fruit for one, with the new one comes after the old one is gone." There were 21 emperors in the Tang dynasty. The last name for emperors in the Tang dynasty is Li, Chinese name for plums. There's only one female emperor in China. She was the 4th one in the Tang dynasty, while the 4th one from the top in the picture has no stock. Isn't that amazing? Fast forward to number 39. The poem reads as, quote, "Bird with no legs, mountain with a moon. When the sun rises, everyone cries." Everyone knows the sun represents Japan. Its World War II invasion cost 6 million Chinese lives. That's why everyone cried. As for the bird, this is the Chinese symbol of the bird. And this is the symbol for a mountain. When you take out the legs in this bird symbol and replace it with the mountain symbol, you get a new word. This word means island. This is a clear warning that an island country called Japan would launch an attack to China. So what does that have to do with us? Well, when we dig deeper into Nostradamus' doomsday prophecy, we will take another look at the Chinese doomsday prophecy. Since Chinese prophecy has reliable timelines and an excellent track record, it will help us know more about the doomsday. One puzzle most of us have is why Nostradamus doesn't just write his quatrains century by century, year by year, so we can know what to expect next. Why does he make it so complicated? Doesn't he know we are simple people? Now, everyone can guess, but no one can know if they guessed it right. Actually, I think he started writing down warnings, but the warnings just kept on coming, not in sequence. He probably does not even know when it will happen, but he felt it is his duty to warn us. Seems to me he started with warnings about the French Revolution. Let me show you what I noticed in his Century 1 quatrains. Quatrain 1 and 2 seem to be his opening statement. 1:01, quote, "Sitting alone at night in secret study, it is placed on the brass tripod. A slight flame comes out of the emptiness and makes successful that which should not be believed in vain." 1:02, quote, "The wand in the hand is placed in the middle of the tripod's legs. With water he sprinkles both the hem of his garment and his foot. A voice, fear. He trembles in his robes. Divine splendor. The god sits nearby." One thing I noticed in his mentioning of tripod in both quatrains, I don't know if tripod means anything else in 16th century France, but it sounds to me like him setting up a tripod and ready to record a movie, only it is in the form of quatrains. Then I think he started his predictions about the coming revolution. Quote, "When the litters are overturned by the whirlwind and faces are covered by cloaks, the new republic will be troubled by its people. At this time the reds and the whites will rule wrongly." This quatrains needs no interpretation, as the word New Republic said it all. While although democracy is generally a good thing, you can't say that during the Reign of Terror from 9/5/1793 to July 28, 1794. The chaos and mass execution under the flag of red, white, and blue ruled the country wrongly, and the French people suffered. And the situation was further clarified by Nostradamus's quatrain 1:04, quote, "In the world there will be made a king who will have little peace and a short life. At this time the ship of the papacy will be lost, governed to its greatest detriment." During the Reign of Terror, the leader had more power than a king, although there was no king. There a king was made, and they brought terror and destruction to the French people. That's why there was little peace mentioned. And fortunately, it did not last long. During that time when there was no religious guidance, which was referred to as papacy lost, well, the harm they brought to the state can be called a great detriment. The description of the horror continued in quatrain 1:05, quote, "They will be driven away for a long drawn-out fight. The countryside will be most grievously troubled. Town and country will have a greater struggle. Carcassonne and Narbonne will have their hearts tried." And the next one seemed to be the continuation of this French Revolution vision. Quatrain 1:06, quote, "The eye of Ravenna will be forsaken, when his wings will fall at his feet. The two of Brice will have made a constitution, for Turn and Vercelli, which the French will trample underfoot." From 1792 to 1793, the Austrian and Prussian armies tried to save Louis XVI and Queen Marie Antoinette, sister of Austrian Emperor Leopold II. They declared war with France but lost. The French were so excited over these victories, there was talk of French expansion to its natural frontiers, the Pyrenees, the Alps, and the Rhine. Then the next quatrain, 107, although not 100% clear, seemed to still be about the French Revolution. Quote, "Arrived too late. The act has been done. The wind was against them, letters intercepted on their ways. The conspirators were 14 of a party. By Rousseau shall these enterprises be undertaken." It is hard to say who are the 14 conspirators, but for the tens of thousands killed during the French Revolution, picking 14 should be pretty easy. In quatrain 108, quote, "How often will you be captured, O city of the sun? Changing laws that are barbaric and vain, bad times approach you. No longer will you be enslaved. Great Dadre will revive your veins." During the Reign of Terror, Paris was a city of terror. People are no longer slaves under the new republic, but the changed law was barbaric and vain. It is a bad time full of hatred, with anger boiling blood in veins. People killing each other. Luckily, it didn't last too long. With France in chaos, the French colonies were affected too. Quatrain 109, quote, "From the Orient will come the African heart, to trouble Hadri and the heirs of Romulus, accompanied by the Libyan fleet. The temples of Malta and nearby islands shall be deserted." I think this quatrain marks the end of the opening clusters of the French Revolution prophecies. Let's check on the next one. This is about a Russian revolution in 1917. Quatrain 110, quote, "A coffin is put into the vault of iron, where 7 children of the king are held. The ancestors and forebears will come forth from the depths of hell, lamenting to see thus dead the fruit of their line." The Russian Tsar Nicholas II, his wife, and 5 children were all killed on March 15, 1917. All 7 of them are children of kings. All 7 of them were killed. This put an end to the Romanov family, as there were no survivors to even claim the billions held in a Swiss bank. This is a prophecy fulfilled with chilling accuracy. There are many other Nostradamus quatrains about the French Revolution. I don't want to repeat what you already know. These are my original and amateur decodings. Because of my limited historical knowledge, I only picked out the obvious ones that I can interpret with confidence. Please feel free to share your opinions in the comments section, and maybe together we can decode the 400-year-old Nostradamus mysteries together. This is Ken Peters. Thank you for watching.